All right, so what I'm going to show you here is how to quickly make up a salad dressing. I'm going to do the balsamic salad dressing that goes along really nicely with our Italian meal. You can use any kind of salad dressing you like. What is great about these is they only have what you're adding, which is dry spices, vinegar, olive oil. There's nothing else, no preservatives, but it will last in your fridge for a couple of weeks. So it's great to have on the go. And this cruet that we have here has pre-measurement markings, so it makes cleanup super easy because you don't have to dirty a bunch of things. You can use your 4-in-1 spice spoon. That fits perfectly well into our drawers. And right on the jar, it tells you what you need to do. It's saying 2 tablespoons of this dressing mixture, which I've said is just a combination of dried spices. And then it's going to ask us to add on there, I'm reading it always to remind myself because I haven't memorized it all, 3/4 cups of olive oil and 1/4 cup of balsamic vinegar. So I'm just going to follow, there's 1 cup marking, so I'm just going to go just a little above the 3/4 because to compensate for the dry mixture that we've put in there. And you can see this funnel works so nicely. 3/4 cups of oil and 1/4 cup of balsamic vinegar. So this really just takes 30 seconds to make. So just generally using ingredients you have already at home. Easy peasy. Funnel comes out, and that's a job my kids love to do. It will separate a little bit over time, of course. You can re-shake it. The flavor enhances the longer it sits as these herbs rehydrate, and then you've got that ready to go salads for the week. All right, so I just wanted to give you guys a view on how easy it is to make a marinara sauce, and it actually only takes 15 minutes, 20 seconds of which are actually your preparation time. So all I'm doing is taking a can of tomatoes. These are salt-free, sodium-free tomatoes. That's what we like to do. Control our salt levels when we're cooking at home. And into this lovely little Epicure pot. Another reason why I love this afterwards, it's so easy to pour. It's got a great handle. So when we have our leftover sauce, I sometimes portion it out into an ice cube mold and freeze it, or into one of our little prep bowls, 1/2 cup portions in there, or 3/4 cup portions, depending how much you fill it, and pop them into the freezer, ready to go. So I do this sometimes in bigger batches. We'll add 2 or 3 cans and we spice accordingly. So we have our marinara spice, and it tells you for one of these large cans, all you're doing is adding 3 tablespoons of marinara seasoning. So using my 4-in-1 spice spoon, because it has different measurement markings on it depending on which section you use, I go for my tablespoon. I add 3 into the pot, and this is going to be your perfect tomato sauce. And then you can always puree it when you're done, whether you use a blender or an immersion hand blender at the end to the consistency of your liking. That's totally optional, and like I said, it pours out beautifully. So in there, you've just got that. Pop it onto the stove, 15 minutes simmer, and it's perfectly done. Italianate super pot. I'd love to share this nutrition enhancing tip with you. You have your tomato sauce simmered in our multi-purpose pot here. And what you can do to add to your seasoning, your marinara seasoning that you added to your tomatoes and simmered, is also add this Italiano Coat and Cook. Italiano Coat and Cook, as well as the Tex-Mex or Asian version that we have, is actually intended to be like a gluten-free, non-breadcrumb type coating, like a shake and bake for baking in the oven. However, it's also great for adding into things like sauces and stir fries, any kind of complementary seasoning. What this is added fiber and omegas into your food. So if you do have some picky eaters at home, or people who aren't getting maybe enough of their essential nutrients into their diet, you can always hide it into things like tomato sauces and into other cooking just by sprinkling some in. So you have that option to bring that flavor of more robust Italian flavors, plus adding in your extra omegas, which are coming from chia seeds actually, and there is some fiber from psyllium husk in there. And as I was saying, this pot perfectly pours into our little mini prep rolls rather, and you can cover those up. These go into the microwave, into the oven, into the freezer, however you need to store them. Perfect for individual portions afterwards. All right, here we are for some chicken parmesan in 10 minutes. The 10 minutes, you're probably wondering how that happens. There's a couple of things. First of all, you can be more prepared by having, like I showed you earlier, having your marinara sauce all ready. You can also buy pre-grated cheese or have no cheese, up to you. Grate it. And the other hack you can do is have your chicken. What we're going to do is I cube it up to cut down on cook time. So it'll cook faster when it's smaller. You can just take your meat right from the grocery store, chop it up, season it, and put it into the refrigerator or freezer in bags and label them. Or if it's something that you have time to prepare in the morning before you leave, you can just put all your ingredients in here, season them, leave it in the refrigerator. When you come home, so you put the lid on, when you come home, pull it out, and into the microwave it goes. So that's right, I said microwave. We're going to cook this chicken in the microwave. If you haven't tried that before, if you do that with a silicone steamer, which I'm showing you here, it's non-toxic, food grade, your mind will literally be blown. So what I'm going to do, I'll talk you through that a little bit more, but I've seasoned it just with our pesto seasoning. You can reach for whatever kind of Italian seasoning you want. I'm going to place that into the microwave. Just behind it here for 2 minutes. So yeah, just 2 minutes that's gone in for. I'm going to get everything else ready. So cooking in the microwave, you don't have to add anything to that. Just literally the seasoning, okay, which is no added salt. I've added no oil and no water. It's going to just cook quickly using the water within the chicken itself. It's a low cook time. It means that your protein is exposed to less heat and time. It's energy efficient. It's denatured less. A lot of nutrition's retained. So we're going to make some zucchini noodles. I just put a little score in here into my zucchini to help break up the noodles. And here's our veggie twist and spiralizer. You can see, and once you get going, we're going to end up with, I'm making some ribbons here. If you would prefer noodles, noodle-like, we can use the opposite side. And if you prefer really long ones, don't score your zucchini, but you can see what's coming out here. Okay. So again, cooking our vegetables in the microwave, we're going to add this to our chicken parmesan to get some extra vegetables in there. Retains the most amount of nutrition in your vegetables. Okay, this is according to the World Health Organization, Harvard School of Medicine. You're actually, when you're using a glass cookware or silicone, non-toxic food grade silicone, you are not adding anything offensive to your food. There's no toxins, there's no weird mutations happening. It's very healthy, and in fact, there's more vitamins left in your food when you use the microwave to steam. No added fat, no added water, okay? Concentrated flavor, low cook time, and it's very environmentally friendly because of that as well. So there's our 2 minutes on the chicken. That's just the halfway point for it, okay? You can actually see it's nearly complete, okay? We're going to just stir around that a little bit for some even cooking, okay? We're going to add in our zucchini noodles right into there. And I just wanted to also show you something with our amazing ceramic blades, how easy it is to go through a tomato, okay? Super easy. My kids do this all the time. I don't know if you can see, there's an angle for you. Just to demonstrate that, you can throw a couple in there. But our tomato sauce, that was pre-made. So like I said, I do them in big batches. Like it's saucy, we can put it all. Okay? A little bit of cheese on top. And we're just going to go now for another 2 minutes, and it will be completely finished. Okay, so while that is in there, finishing up, taking some pre-washed salad greens, okay? Another great kitchen hack. Fine with that. Again, if you want to add in some extra things, you can put more cherry tomatoes in there. I like to take the stub of my zucchini and use my slicer to make some, what we call, here I'll show you that, some nice medallions of zucchini. You can do the same thing with cucumber. You can do the same thing with pepper, whatever you like. Okay? We're going to take the balsamic salad dressing that we made at the beginning of our week out of the fridge. Okay? There you go. Give it a shake. Now, sometimes, depending on the olive oil that you've used and the temperature of your refrigerator, that will solidify. So if that's the case, take that out ahead of time. If you've forgotten, another hack that you can do is to put that into a mug filled with hot water, and it will come up to temperature so that you can pour it nicely. Okay, so total cook time on here, we have 4 minutes. Okay, 4 minutes of cooking. Our chicken is finished. Let me show that to you by taking some out. A piece of chicken right here, ooey gooey. Okay. Completely, thoroughly cooked in 4 minutes flat. So that cook time is going to vary depending on your microwave and depending on how much quantity you have in this steamer, okay? So you've got ooey gooey, cheesy zucchini noodles, perfectly cooked, lovely marinara sauce. You can add more cheese, less sauce, customize it however you like. This is also beautiful even on top of some other salad or just on its own like this. However you like it, you can customize it. You can cook any kind of protein you want in the steamer, any cuisine. Ask me more about souvlaki, tacos, fajitas, Asian lettuce wraps, soups, lasagnas. Oh my gosh, you name it. I can make fancy pasta dishes in here as well. Ask me anytime. I will show you. Tell me what you love to eat, and we'll do it in 10 minutes.